What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. I hope you guys are all having a good day wherever you guys are right now. But today, we got a little dilemma. I wasn't planning to do this because it seemed kind of like, I'm not trying to cap, like a boring one. However, I would just question, like, how could this be like a SCP? Like, what is more than meets the eye with this SCP? I just felt like there was something interesting about it, but known as seems like a boring one on surface level. But you should never judge a book by its cover, so that is why we're covering it today. And this SCP is SCP-053, Young Girl. Just that, just young girl. Like, not young undead girl, not young cybernetic girl, like just young girl. And the crazy part about it is on the thumbnail, this young little girl is on top of SCP-682, which, if you guys didn't know, is the indestructible creature. One of probably the most craziest and the strongest SCP that we have covered on the channel. Like, he is immortal and he hates humans. It literally said that it hates humankind and everything. Like, we don't know why, but a little girl's a human, so I mean, I'm really interested. I want to find out what's going on with this SCP, and that's what we're going to do today. So if you guys are ready to dive deep with me, remember to smash that like button. And also, if you're not already part of the family, which a majority of you guys are not the viewers that watch these videos, most of you guys have not subbed and made that jump yet. So right now is the best time than ever because the train has stopped. We have stopped. We're about to take off soon, guys. It's not going to last forever, so hop on in. Let's have a good time enjoying the family. We're going to have a great time on this channel, man. I make SCP reactions daily for you guys, so you will never be bored, man. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Hop on, man. Let's have a blast together. And also remember to support the original creator, TheRubber. I'm sure you guys already know, but you already know me. Without them, there'll be nothing to react to, so they're in the description. Feel free to check out the original, if you like, but I'm sure you guys came for the reaction. So with that all out the way, let's get this show started. Alrighty. SCP-053, Young Girl. Bro, I'm intrigued.
Police discovered 053 in the deceased bodies of the couple within the same room. Madeline had died from multiple stab wounds inflicted by Andrew, who had died from a massive heart attack. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you SCP Foundation Euclid Class Object SCP.
Just gonna make a wild guess. I'm assuming this SCP had something to do with her dad killing his wife, which is SBC's mom, if it is a little girl. But we shall see. I'm just assuming before we get too deep. That's what I'm assuming right now.
SCP-053. SCP-053, also known as the Young Girl, is a small 3-year-old girl. She is capable of basic speech and appears to be slightly above average in terms of mental development. Her personality is generally pleasant, and she rarely seems to get upset. However, she will appear agitated when in a large group. Any and all humans over the age of 3 who engage in eye contact and physical touch, or those who remain around 053 for longer than 10 minutes, rapidly become irrational, paranoid, and homicidal.
Damn. Okay, so she has something to do with her deceased parents. I'm doing this because I'm not too sure this little girl is even human. Like, why the hell would she be on top of another SCP that hates humans? So I'm just in the mindset that this probably is not just a regular little girl. So I feel like she has something to do with her parents dying.
Most, if not all, of these feelings will be directed at 053, and afflicted subjects will attempt to kill 053 after first killing or driving off all humans visible to them. Those attempting to kill 053 will suffer. Afflicted subjects rapidly become irrational, paranoid, and homicidal.
Okay.
Most, if not all, of these feelings will be directed at 053, and afflicted subjects will attempt to kill 053 after first killing or driving off all humans visible to them. Those attempting to kill 053 will suffer massive heart attacks or seizures and die seconds after inflicting physical damage to 053.
Wow.
However, 053 has a healing factor that allows her to regenerate almost instantaneously from any wound.
Okay. Not a little girl. Check. 2. Any damage any damage? Because it looked like she just got like an Indian burn. Like, damn, he had a heart attack. That is crazy. This is probably, nah, this is definitely not a little girl.
According to a recovery log, SCP-053 was discovered on July 10, 2008, in Pennsylvania, at the residence of Andrew and Madeline. Police who attempted to interact with 053 also suffered from 053's anomalous effects,
Oh my god.
resulting in 5 additional casualties before implanted Foundation agents assessed the situation and properly secured the subject.
How?
Class A amnestic drugs
How?
were
Yeah.
administered to all non-personnel involved, including Andrew's parents in Florida, as they had been exposed to information regarding SCP-053 through communication with Andrew.
Okay.
Since June 5, 2004, Andrew had been sending his mother news and updates on SCP-053. They named her as Abby. Below is the documentation log.
So, did his wife actually give birth to Abby? SCP-053? Really? Wow.
From 4 years ago. First email about Abby. To July 10, 2008. The last email sent out by Andrew to his mother. June 5, 2004. Hey Mom, sorry I haven't emailed you throughout the past month. Things have been pretty busy. But I have great news. You're going to be a grandma. We found out yesterday that Maddie's pregnant. And we've already started turning the guest room into a baby room. Good thing I got a pay raise last week. We got to think of the baby now. Hope to hear from
Wow.
you soon. March 7th, 2005. It's a girl. She was born last night around 10 at night. Madeline's water broke as she was going to sleep. We drove to the hospital so fast. I think I almost hit someone. Jesus, waiting for the doctors to deliver her felt like years. Now, as I type this email, she's downstairs, fast asleep in Maddie's arms.
I'm just so baffled. She gave birth to SCP. Could be two things. Could be this SCP was always like this and it was just an anomaly out of nowhere, just an outlier, glitch in the system type shit. Or some, great power bestowed these powers on Abby. And that's why she doesn't know what's going on and she's crying.
We named her Abby, and she's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'll send pictures soon. March 8th, 2006. Hey Mom, Abby's first birthday was yesterday. Howard and Rachel even showed up. Got to see their niece for the first time. Too bad you and Dad are all the way down in Florida. We'll have to visit when Abby's older. Love you. June 24th, 2008.
Okay.
There's been an accident. We were at the playground and we took our eyes off of her for 1 second.
Let's see.
And she fell off of the jungle gym and landed on her head.
Ooh,
I saw
damn.
blood. The doctor said she'll recover fine, but I can't sleep. It is all my fault. June 25th.
Hey, I could understand you feeling some type of way. Cause damn, she could have died. She's still just a little girl.
2008. The hospital called and said that Abby will have to stay there for a few more days, but she's all patched up
Aw.
and on the fast track to recovery. No brain damage or anything, it seems. I'm just glad my baby is gonna be okay.
Okay, so I'm assuming right now from her being in the hospital, doctors saying that she's healing, steadily, that she probably doesn't have her healing factor or whatever trait that she has to heal her wounds. Because I would assume the doctor would talk to her husband saying, hey, she's healing pretty fast. Well, what kind of daughter do you have? Type shit. But he's not doing that. So I'm assuming it's still just a young girl.
July 2nd, 2008. Mom, there's something wrong with Abby. I mean, she looks and acts perfectly fine, but I know something isn't right with her. Madeline says she feels it too. We started feeling it after Abby's injury at the playground. We've had the doctors look her over, but as far as they're concerned, they couldn't identify any permanent damage, physical or mental. But I just know there's something wrong with her. July 5th, 2008.
Damn.
We got an email from Dr. Williams today. He says that he's been able to identify problems exist in Abby, but he can't determine if they're physical or mental.
Ooh.
It just doesn't make any sense, he says. He claimed that whenever he was around her, he couldn't shake the feeling of wrongness. The staff who were working with him agreed, apparently. He didn't tell us at first because he didn't want Maddie and I to worry. But it appears that he just couldn't keep quiet any longer.
Damn.
What's wrong with my daughter? July 9th, 2008.
He looks like he's been through it, bro. Like, oh my god.
I can't even look at Abby for more than a few seconds at a time now.
Sheesh.
There's something about her now, and it just shouldn't be. When I'm around her, I just get this awful, indescribable feeling. Like I'd rather be anywhere else but next to my own daughter.
Damn.
I try and limit my interaction with her as much as I possibly can. It's terrible. But being around her, it makes me want to throw up. It's inside of her, in her eyes, in her skin, everything about her. I just don't know what it is. July 10th.
Damn, that's heavy, bro. I know it's something like small on surface level, but imagine being him. Imagine being him right now, looking at your daughter, your daughter, and you feel this type of way. Oh my god, I can't imagine.
2008. I touched her hand. It felt so wrong. Madeline said she felt it too.
Oh my god.
But she believes that it's something inside of her.
Jesus.
I'm gonna kill them both. I'm gonna kill that, and I'm gonna kill that thing. It needs to die. After receiving the last email, Andrew's mother quickly phoned the local police to check on his son. Soon after, police discovered 053 and the deceased bodies of the couple within the same room. Madeline had died from multiple stab wounds inflicted by Andrew, who had died from a massive heart attack shortly afterward.
So I'm assuming, it was kind of confusing about like when someone wants to inflict harm to SCP-053, that it somehow attacks another person. Like in the beginning, they're describing like they wanted to inflict harm to the young girl, but it was attacking another scientist. And in this turn of events, instead of him attacking the girl, he was attacking his wife. And was he aware that he's attacking his wife? Was he not? Or like whoever you want to attack, he's just in like some trance, and he thinks he's attacking the little girl, but he's attacking someone else. And then after that happens, you know, he gets a heart attack if he touches the little girl. Like, that's what I'm kind of confused about. Can you guys let me know in the comment section below if I'm just missing something?
Believed to have been caused by 053's anomalous effects. Following this incident, 053 was contained by the Foundation.
Jesus.
053 is to be contained in an area no less than 5 by 5 meters and given adequate room to move. Toys, books, games, and other recreational devices are to be provided and rotated every 3 months.
Where's SCP-682? I want to see him with this little girl. Like, stat, please. I want to see this.
Proper bedding, bathroom, and medical facilities are to be maintained at all times. In addition, 053 is also given 3 meals a day, alongside snacks if requested. Anyone who enters her chamber must wear an eye-covering suit for safety concerns. And while gifts from her are allowed to be accepted, they must be removed from the room. Only one person is allowed in her room in any given instance, and they are only permitted to stay for no longer than 10 minutes. Any sharp objects or firearms are banned from her room, and anyone who begins to act erratically, scream, or attempt to grab 053 are to be removed and quarantined. In a termination test, the Foundation introduced SCP-682 to SCP.
This is what I'm talking about. Let's see what's going to happen.
P053. 682 appeared to be very confused and showed no signs of being affected by 053. Initially, 053 appeared to be afraid of 682.
Makes sense.
And hid behind a chair in her containment area.
If it's still a little girl.
682 then lowered itself to the ground, resting its head on the floor, and spoke after a while.
What?
053 approached 682. And after several seconds of hesitation, she briefly touched SCP-682 before quickly returning to her hiding place.
Oh my god.
682 had no reaction. 053 approached 682 and pat its head, causing it to exhale through its forward nostrils. SCP-053 clapped and hopped in place several times before embracing the head of SCP-682.
I can understand the little girl embracing SCP-682, but what about the other way around? This SCP is supposed to hate humans. I know it's a little girl, but still, like, I mean, kind of weird.
Remainder of the testing period, 682 did not feel frustrated by spending time with this small child, like he did in every other test. He understood that the child was a hated thing as well, one that had suffered like him. They were alike in that way.
Oh.
He had attempted to break out a few times anyways,
Damn.
to find out where the disgusting researchers were watching from and find out if they had hurt her as they had him.
Dang.
This had, however, frightened 053.
Uh-oh.
So, for the time being, he allowed himself to be decorated with a cowboy hat that was too small. Although he appreciated how oddly pleasant and relaxing it was when her tiny arms hugged his scarred, scaly back and demanded to be carried around.
Oh my god.
Eventually, 053 grew tired, yawning and rubbing her eyes with tiny fists. 682 lifted the child carefully in his teeth by the back of her shirt and carried her off to bed,
Wow.
placing her gently on the mattress and circling the bed once, twice, 3 times before curling around her in a protective little ring.
What the heck?
Soon enough, 053 was fast asleep, and he was her new protector. Remember to check out my...
What? Okay, I'm assuming maybe they just added that within, you know, this SCP, but that just leaves me with a lot of questions. Well, I could just assume SCP-682 just likes the little girl because, like what they said, they could see that they treated her like a type of way like he was treated. So I could understand that, right? So, but I can't understand what this little girl is and like how she received like whatever strange stuff that's been happening to her. And has this been a thing since the birth of her, you know, coming into this world, and it just manifested after she hurt herself? Like, was her inflicting a wound on herself? It's like started like her powers, or was it the other way around? Like, did she just get her powers when she hurt herself? Like, I'm confused. I wish they explained it, and I wish they could have like said like, you know, there was like different variations of like this SCP before it like comes like once in a blue moon, you know, like they could have done so much stuff with this. It was a good SCP. It's just I'm just confused. It left me with a lot of questions I had more than what I started with. So yeah, it was a good one though. Interesting to say the least, but it seems like it's something that I have to, you know, dive a little bit more deep in compared to just watching one SCP video. So I'm gonna have to go to the wiki page and check it out. So with that all out the way, I hope you guys all enjoyed this reaction of the young girl. If you guys did, please remember to smash that like button. It means the world. And also smash the sub button if you're not already part of the family. I make content like this daily for you guys, so you always get your fix at SCP Heat. And unfortunately that ends today's show, but like always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.